Once upon a time, in a land blanketed in pure white snow, there lived a beautiful princess named Snow White. She was kind-hearted, gentle, and beloved by all creatures in the forest. But alas, her stepmother, the queen, was jealous of her beauty and sweetness. One day, the queen used her magic mirror to ask, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" To her dismay, the mirror replied, "Snow White is the fairest of them all." Furious with envy, the queen plotted to rid herself of Snow White. Snow White, unaware of the queen's dark plans, loved to wander through the forest, making friends with the animals and singing sweet songs. One sunny morning, while exploring the woods, she stumbled upon a charming little cottage, surrounded by colorful wildflowers and 7 tiny chairs inside. Curious and tired from her walk, Snow White decided to rest. As the sun began to set, the true owners of the cottage returned. They were 7 dwarfs, dark, grumpy, happy, sleepy, bashful, sneezy, and dopey. Each dwarf had a distinct personality, and although Grumpy was cautious, the others welcomed Snow White warmly when she explained her situation. Snow White soon became a beloved part of their family, cooking meals and singing as the dwarfs mined for precious gems. But deep in her castle, the queen discovered that Snow White was alive. Disguising herself as an old peddler woman, she went to the dwarf's cottage with a poisoned apple. When Snow White bit into the apple, she fell into a deep, enchanted sleep. The dwarfs were heartbroken. They placed her in a glass coffin in the clearing, where all the creatures of the forest came to pay their respects. However, a kind and noble prince, who had heard tales of Snow White's beauty, happened upon the clearing. Entranced by her serenity and grace, he leaned over and kissed her forehead. The spell broke immediately, and Snow White awoke to find herself surrounded by her joyful friends. With the evil queen defeated and her heart full of hope and love, Snow White thanked the prince and her dear dwarf companions. Together, they celebrated with music, laughter, and a grand feast, knowing that friendship and love were the strongest magic of all. And so, Snow White and the 7 dwarfs lived happily ever after, their story echoing through the kingdom for generations to come.